So I am not really on social media that much, but I suspect that right now there's a trend going on. Because in my gym, for the last 2 months, I've seen a lot of people start doing weighted crunches. So they go on a decline bench, grab a weighted plate, and start doing crunches. And every time I see it, it hurts my heart because weighted crunches are one of the worst exercises you can do for your abs. In this video, I'm going to tell you why, and I'm going to give you the 2 better alternatives to get abs like me. And I do not even train my abs that often and that intense anymore. The first problem with weighted crunches is gravity. You are basically laying horizontally and there's just not that much tension gravity can give you on a slight decline bench. Ideally, you would have like tension like this, that you really get your abs get ripped apart. There's a lot of tension going on. On a decline bench, it's just this little bit of tension. There's almost no stretch. The second thing is that plate usually shortens your range of motion. You cannot come all the way up. Why? Because your arms will fatigue first. The problem with having like a heavy weight in your arm in this really difficult position is when you come all the way up, suddenly your forearms need to keep the weights for you, otherwise the weight will like fall like in your direction. So I come like this, and here it really, all the tension shifts to my forearms. There's like no tension in my abs anymore. Another thing is a lot of people don't really train out of their abdominal region and they're just using momentum and stuff like it's kind of a hip thrust. Better thing to train your upper abs, because crunches will mainly hit your upper abs, is to do a cable crunch. Just because of 2 reasons. First being, you have this rope attachment and you put it like this. So your forearms will give out if you hold the rope like this and then you'll start crunching. This is a weird exercise. This will mainly turn into some form of a weird lat prayer. What you need to do is grab the rope, lower it, go sit on your knees to do like the knee crunches. Then you put the rope like this, so you assist this part of your hands on your back of your head. So now your forearms have a lot less tension, and it's just you need your fingers to keep the rope against your head. But now you don't need like your biceps and your triceps involved. No, here it is just this finger part. It's almost to make it short, your forearms won't like give out before your abs do. What you then do is you go back a bit more. You don't sit like straight under the attachments. You go a bit back. So let's say that here is like the attachments. You go and sit on your knees here. So this is like the line, this is the cable. And then you crunch down. And the thing is, you don't crunch down like flat with your face on the ground. I've seen people do this. You crunch towards your knees. So this is like really a short movements, because we want to focus on the upper abs and we do not want to turn this again into some form of a lat prayer exercise. Then the main thing you need to remember is to really stretch out your abs. Why? Because of gravity, as I described. If you go like vertical, there's a lot more stretch, whilst gravity is pulling you down and the cable is pulling you up. A stretch from both sides of your abdominals. Whilst you are laying down, there's like stretch from no sides. This is a good exercise that I always start my workout with, triceps, so triceps and abs. That is my 4th workout, so push, pull, legs, and then triceps. And on push day, I only train chest and shoulders. That's a side point. But then, any form of a hanging, pulling your ass up movement. So either a knee raise, a leg raise, a toes to bar, a hanging Russian twist variation, anything can work here. And I set these exercises from easy to like more difficult. So start with like the knee raises, go to leg raises, go to toes to bar, go to like the hanging Russian twist, and go so on. But what I see everyone doing wrong, so a lot of people do not even train leg raises. But if they do train them, they just do like a leg exercise. The only thing I do is they're hanging straight down and they just move their legs up and down, up and down, up and down. This is not training your abs in any way. This is training your hip flexors, and you will notice feeling it at the side of your legs, like about your thighs, there's like 2 of these burning points. that are your hip flexors. What you need to do is pulling your ass up when doing the exercise. That is when the lower abdominal muscle fibers get activated and you beef up that lower part of your abs. The last mistake everyone is doing wrong is thinking abs somehow are different than other muscle groups. You need to do like 100 crunches, 100 sit-ups, whatever. You do not do 30 to 50 reps on bench press. You do not do 30 to 50 reps on lats pull downs. But why then is everyone doing like Russian twists for so many reps? Like doing crunches till failure, which is like 50 plus reps. They're doing like laying leg raises, which you can also do like up to 30, 40 times if you train it a bit. It's just pure cardio. And yes, look, if you've never done the exercise before, this actually will give you some muscle growth, but guess what? It feels terrible. It feels terrible, like having done 15 reps and knowing you're not even like on the half. You need to do 25 more reps and it is already like burning. Your hip flexors are burning because you're not doing the exercise correctly. Just move to a bit more difficult exercise. Let's say you move on to hanging knee raises. You can just do 6 reps. Just fine. Stick with it. So I tried last time I was in the gym, I tried like the hanging Russian twist, some kind of a V-up variation. So it's actually like 12 reps I did. But in total, so I did like that's 1 rep. I did 6 of these reps. Normally you would say, oh no, that's too little reps. No, oh abs, no, your abs need more. It's like a type B muscle group, it needs like a higher rep range zone. No, because then you will never grow your abs. I've tried this approach and it did not work for me. Go with like a difficult exercise, and I'm training abs today. I'm sure I can do 7 times. I promise you I'm doing 7 reps today on the hanging Russian twists. It is not a Russian twist, it's like really more difficult, like a toes to bar with like V up. So don't go too high in the rep range zones and just make the exercise more difficult. Just add weights where you do like the cable crunch, just go from 20 to 30 kg immediately. If you can do like 20 reps, just go to 30 kg and do like 12. Do 35 the next time, do like 10, 40, and go so on. So don't go too high on the rep range zone. Don't go for like 3 reps, that's a bit too low. But anything from 6 up can work. Really don't be lazy, think, oh yeah, just doing squats will activate my muscles, my abs. That is not true. That is why all powerlifters always look fat and ugly. And this is such a good point. Remember the first, do hanging leg raises. You can do 20 of those. Do knee raises, you can do those 20. You do toes to bar, or you first do leg raises, then you do toes to bar, then you do like the variation I just described with like the V, and then maybe you can go online and find another difficult exercise. But at that point, if you can do like 20 reps of that Russian twist hanging variation, bro, your abs will be made from steel. If you want more advice like this, like some gate-kept exercises where nobody's really talking about how to train abs correctly, check the link in the description. You'll get personal help from me. It's currently in pre-sale, so don't miss out on it. There's so much golden dust in there. I'll see you soon.